Hey guys, it's Alex Serpentine back again with another video in my series about the roles or soul types from Michael Teachings. These are the primary personality types. They're kind of like vehicles of consciousness that we take on for our whole reincarnational cycle as we're going through the different lessons of each of the soul ages. So while in other systems you might have a certain personality type that stays consistent for your whole life, this is one that stays consistent for your whole cycle for each of your lives on Earth. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Sage. If you want to learn your role, you can take the roles test that's in the description of this video to determine your primary, secondary, and tertiary roles. So like I said, this video is going to be about the Sage, and I'll go into the key characteristics, strengths and weaknesses, and also compare it to other personality type systems and how they correlate. So let's get into it. So the overview for the Sage is that they're driven by a desire to communicate, entertain, and share wisdom. They focus on engaging others, storytelling, and fostering connection through expression. They enjoy bringing joy, clarity, and insight to social interactions and learning environments. Their archetypal energy is of the communicator, entertainer, and teacher. They embody qualities of charisma, expressiveness, and spontaneity. They're energized by connecting with others, sharing knowledge, and inspiring through words. So what you can see here on this slide, the roles by percentage of population, the Sage is about 10% of the population. So they're not super common, but they're actually very visible because they really stand out. They have strong personalities and they love communicating and like interacting with groups. They're one of the cardinal roles, so they're more of a leadership role, and they're really popular in like media and uh, sometimes politics, but they're in films a lot or in plays and stuff like that. Very creative and communicative. Their primary motivations are they're driven to communicate, entertain, and inspire others. They seek to share wisdom and stories that bring joy and insight. They're motivated by a desire to connect and engage with people. Their key traits is that they're charismatic and expressive, enjoys being in the spotlight, quick-witted and articulate. They're skilled in storytelling and persuasion. Sociable and engaging, they thrive in interactive and dynamic settings. They're adaptable and spontaneous, loving variety and excitement. In their positive pole, they're focused on expression, which is communicating with authenticity and creativity, engaging and inspiring others through genuine sharing. In the negative pole, it's oration, where they just talk excessively without meaningful content, seeking attention rather than true connection. So the big weakness or hard part for sages is that they love to talk. So if you're around a sage, you might know that they're a sage because they just love to talk, and they kind of get disconnected from being aware of their audience or who they're talking to, and seeing if they're actually receptive to what they're saying. Some of the strengths for the sage are that they're highly communicative and expressive, excelling in conveying ideas and emotions. They're charismatic and entertaining, captivating audiences with storytelling and humor. They're quick thinking and adaptable, easily engaging with diverse groups. And they're inspirational and uplifting, often bringing joy and positivity to interactions. Some challenges are that they can become overly focused on attention and recognition. They may struggle with consistency and follow through on projects, and they tend to avoid deeper emotional intimacy or serious discussions. Their growth focus is to develop consistency, commit to follow through on projects and goals, balance depth with humor, cultivating deeper and more meaningful connections beyond entertainment. Because they can tend to just be in the state of entertaining, but they do have this insightful wisdom side of themselves, and it's important to incorporate that. And also, like I said earlier, listen actively, practice being present and attentive to others' needs and perspectives. Instead of just being talking and talking, like actually have some back and forth and listen to what other people have to say instead of just dominating the conversation. Their spiritual path is to practice mindful communication, focusing on speaking from a place of truth and wisdom, cultivate depth, engage in spiritual practices that encourage introspection and inner reflection, balance expression with listening, develop the ability to listen deeply and empathetically to others, explore spiritual teachings, use storytelling to convey spiritual insights and life lessons, and engage in community, participate in group activities that foster spiritual growth and shared learning. So their interaction style is that they're very engaging and charismatic. They draw people in with lively communication and charm. They're expressive, enjoy sharing stories, ideas, and emotions openly. They're sociable, thriving in social settings, and loves connecting with diverse groups. They're very humorous, using wit and humor to lighten the mood and entertain. And they're adaptive, quickly adjusting to different social dynamics and personalities. So when we're talking about their compatibility with other roles, here's some things, some little notes on the dynamics with other roles. With servers, the server can help the sage become more emotionally balanced. Artisans are actually the best fit for sages because they have a shared love for expression, as they're both the expression types in Michael teachings and the most compatible. Warriors, the warriors will bring directness to the sage's communication, so that helps ground them in some way. Scholars, the scholar knowledge complements sage's insight. So knowledge and insight are a good combination. They really help each other. With other sages, there's a mutual enjoyment of social engagement, expression, and communication. But they're also both very extroverted. With priests, they're both roles, the sage and the priest, are highly charismatic, bright, and quick-witted. And with kings, they're both leadership types. And they work well together on outwardly focused projects. So across the soul ages, which are the different lessons that we focus on in our reincarnational cycle, there's different lessons that we focus on, different things, there's different themes. So the sage will express itself a little bit differently in each soul age. As an infant soul, which is a focus on survival, they use basic communication to connect and share experiences. As a baby soul, which is a structure focus, they entertain and educate within structured traditional settings. As a young soul in the achievement focus, they seek recognition and influence through storytelling and charisma. In the mature soul relationship focus, they share wisdom with emotional depth and authenticity, focused on meaningful connections. And in the old soul or context focus, they communicate profound truths, spiritual insights, and timeless wisdom. So in work and career, here are some of the things they really gravitate towards. They really like the performing arts. They thrive as actors, comedians, musicians, or entertainers. They love media and communication. They excel in roles like journalists, presenters, or public speakers. They like teaching and training, enjoys engaging students with dynamic and interactive methods. They like sales and marketing, effective in persuading and captivating audiences. And they also like event planning and hospitality, where they create lively, memorable experiences for others. In family and community dynamics, they're usually the entertainer. They bring joy and laughter to family gatherings and community events. They're the storytellers, sharing stories and experiences to teach and engage. They're the connector. They facilitate communication and strengthen social bonds. They're the encourager, inspiring creativity and self-expression in others. They're the social organizer, enjoying planning and hosting social activities and events. As a leader, they're charismatic, inspiring and motivating through engaging communication. They have an interactive style, encouraging participation and open dialogue among team members. They're visionary, using storytelling to convey a compelling vision and goals. They're adaptable, adjusting leadership approach to suit different situations and audiences. And they're humorous and uplifting. They lighten the atmosphere, making leadership approachable and enjoyable. So, one of the historical examples of a sage is Mark Twain, the author. He was renowned for his wit and humor. He used storytelling to entertain and educate. He provided social commentary through engaging and memorable narratives. He was a charismatic communicator and captivated audiences with sharp insights. A fictional example of the sage is Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones. He is known for his sharp wit and clever use of words to influence others. He's skilled in storytelling and diplomacy, often using humor to navigate complex situations. And he provides insight and wisdom, balancing levity with depth in challenging times. Some other sages, it's actually a long list here because they're so visible. Joe Biden, Jack Black, Michael Caine, Jim Carrey, Bill Clinton, George Clooney, Stephen Colbert, Tom Cruise, Robert De Niro, Morgan Freeman, Tom Hanks, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Keaton, Bill Maher, Bill Murray, Jack Nicholson, Conan O'Brien, and Oprah Winfrey. So if you put all those together, you kind of get a sense of the sage. They're very expressive, like fun, like entertaining kind of personalities. So in the Michael teachings, you don't actually just have one role. We have a combination of secondary influences and tertiary influences. So we're all like a unique combination of the different roles, even though our primary role is going to be the most obvious. So this slide goes into how the personality would be expressed with these different combinations. So the sage server combination that adds a nurturing element and they communicate with empathy and care. The sage artisan enhances creativity. They express through unique artistic storytelling. The sage warrior combines charisma with assertiveness, inspires actions through dynamic speech. The sage scholar blends communication with knowledge, teaches through engaging lessons. Sage priest adds inspirational depth, using words to uplift and guide spiritually. And the sage king strengthens leadership, motivates and directs with confident expression. So now I'll get into some of the other personality type systems and how they correlate with the role sage. The likely cognitive functions for sage are extroverted intuition, mainly because it explores ideas and possibilities, excels in creative expression. They're also pretty good with extroverted feeling, where they can engage with others and communicate warmly and build rapport. They sometimes like extroverted thinking, where they can persuasively convey ideas and motivate action. And they also like introverted feeling, which draws from personal values to inspire and connect emotionally. Some of the likely MBTI types, what you might notice here is that they're all extroverted types. The ENFP, which has extroverted intuition first and introverted feeling second, is probably the most obvious match. They're energetic, imaginative, thrive on engaging with diverse ideas and people. ENTP is really common for sages too. That's extroverted intuition with introverted thinking. Think about like a Sacha Baron Cohen or Nathan Fielder, who's an INTP, using kind of more logical approach to things to highlight humor. That's with introverted thinking with paired with extroverted intuition, which is open to possibilities. It's kind of you get an idea of how that would look. So ENTPs are charismatic, quick-witted, and they enjoy debate and sharing knowledge dynamically. ESFJ could fit sometimes. That's extroverted feeling with introverted sensing. They're outgoing, empathetic, skilled in communicating and fostering connection. You can think about like Ted Lasso from that show. Ted Lasso. And then also ENFJ is a good fit. They're inspiring, motivational, and lead through expressive communication. You could also say INFJ would be a good fit too. Same two main functions as ENFJ. But all these could change based on your soul age too. because there's a different focus for each. So here are some of the likely Enneagram types. Type 3, the achiever, which is focused on an image of success. That's kind of aligns with the sage. They seek recognition, enjoys being in the spotlight, and communicates persuasively. Type 7 is also a really good fit, the enthusiast. Energetic, fun-loving, thrives on new experiences and social interactions. They can align with the type 2, the helper, a little bit, where they engage warmly, build connections, and enjoy helping and inspiring others. And type 8 can be aligned sometimes. The challenger, they're assertive, dynamic, and use communication to lead and motivate. Some likely zodiac signs that correlate are Gemini, communicative, witty, enjoys sharing ideas and engaging in lively discussions. Leo, which is charismatic, entertaining, seeks to captivate and inspire audiences. Sagittarius, which is philosophical, adventurous, loves sharing knowledge and exploring diverse perspectives. And Libra, which is social, diplomatic, skilled in fostering connections and harmony. If you want to find out what your actual zodiac signs are, I would recommend looking at your Vedic astrology chart and looking primarily at your rising sign, then moon sign, then sun sign. Vedic astrology is accurate to the stars. It's astronomically accurate to the constellations. And Western astrology used to be accurate when it was first created, but because of precession, it's gone out of alignment with the stars. So it's no longer accurately reporting what was happening when you were born. So I would definitely recommend checking out your Vedic astrology chart to learn your stuff here. So likely aura colors that align with the sage are yellow, which is energetic, playful, loves engaging with others and spreading joy. Violet, which is charismatic, inspiring, and communicates wisdom and spiritual insight. Magenta, which is one of the more rare colors, is unconventional, expressive, thrives on originality and dynamic communication. And lavender, which is more of a kind of like a little extra blend, and not really a main aura color, but more of a flavor. They're imaginative, creative, enjoy storytelling and sharing unique perspectives. So if you want to learn more about aura colors, I recommend the book Life Colors by Pam Osley. She goes into more detail on these aura colors and the personalities. So here's some reflective questions you can ask yourself to see if you're a sage. Do you enjoy being in the spotlight and engaging with others through storytelling or performance? Are you naturally charismatic and find it easy to connect with people? Do you seek to inspire and entertain, often using humor and charm? Do you often balance lightheartedness with deeper, more meaningful communication? Are you driven by a desire to share knowledge and make social interactions lively and dynamic? If you answer yes to all these, you might be a sage. Also, you can take my roles test to figure out your primary, secondary, and tertiary roles if you don't know it already. And here's a quick summary of what we just went over. The core role for the sage is focus on communication, expression, and engaging others. Their strengths are that they're charismatic, articulate, they excel in storytelling and entertainment. The challenges, they can seek too much attention, they need depth and consistency. Their growth focus is to develop discipline and balance lightness with meaningful expression. And their spiritual path is to use communication to inspire and convey deeper truths. So that's everything that I wanted to talk about for the sage. If you want to learn more about all the roles, and particularly the sage, you can check out this book, 7 Personality Types by Elizabeth Puttick. It was the best one that I found that goes the most in depth to each of the roles. So that's it. Also, if you haven't taken the test, like I said, you can check that out to really figure out your type. And that's about it that I wanted to talk about in this video. I have a video for each of the other roles, so you can go check that out. So if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.